Hi, people. It's been a while. I think there's going to be a few it's been a whiles. I've prepared a couple of videos between the last one and this one, and they're just not coming to fruition because do you remember a couple of years ago when I said, what if it all lands at once? Well, I'm kind of in the everything, everywhere, all at once. So my attention is being pulled to what needs changing and altering. So I'm in the physical changes now of everything I've been building in the liminal for the last couple of years. So bear with me, there's going to be some long gaps. Today I wanted to talk to you. Let me just share my screen. Where is share? Okay, so as you know, I've made the full transition now to True Sky astrology. And I'll pop the link, actually, I'll pin a link, I'll pin a comment to pop the link in. So what I want to speak to you about today is this little thing here. We've got a Uranus-Mars conjunction in Taurus. You're going to feel that in the body, and it might feel fast. And I'm not going to read into the archetypes. I'm going to let the messages come through. And this little beauty here, Lilith is loose conjunct with the galactic center. And this is about the most repressed part of us. And that's so I'm not tapping into the archetype here. This is from what's coming through my collective, is some of the most hidden inner world material. It's like it's erupting out of the DNA. So they're the 2 points. Yeah, I wanted to show you about this. I'm just going to show you quickly. Bear with me. Let me do this another way. I've wanted to do this for a while. Right. So if I share that. So via the browser, if you go up to this address, True Sky address, when you open the site, it opens up, as you'll notice, as Western tropical, 12 sign equal houses. So the first thing to do is to go up into settings, click everything you want on there. So all the asteroids, galactic center, Lilith, and then come down here and click on True Sidereal. And if you don't subscribe, click that, apply without saving, go back to the top, click main, and you'll see Ophiuchus. So I haven't clicked Lilith, which shows you that you've got to put Lilith in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to go back to this one. And yeah, so in this space, what I really want to talk about is Lilith, loose conjunct galactic center in Ophiuchus. That's got to be the deepest aspect of the wheel. It's got to be the deepest aspect of the psyche at the deepest point in the wheel. So get it out on the table, get everything out on the table without self-sanitizing or monitoring, and then see what you're left with. Okay. So we're going to go here. Let's look at this conjunction. So how to use this. You just click on any point as you go around the wheel. And these are just kind of general guidelines, but you've got to, yeah, you've got to go into your body to see. You could just stare at this chart and notice what's happening in the body, and the body will go, need you to look at Saturn. So you have a look at Saturn. Okay. In the middle, all the aspects. So we have Mars-Uranus conjunction, which is there. So electrified action, that's all happening in my world right now. Sudden initiative, revolutionary drive, rebellious energy, that's all happening in my world right now. Is it you? Can you see any of this in your world? So it's a breakthrough courage. And I love that. So this site was created by Athen Chimenti from Mastering the Zodiac. It's got a YouTube channel. Breakthrough courage is going to override the shrinking I can't. And it's going to be a chest out. Not sure if I can do this, but I'm going to take a bet on myself. Okay. Independent assertion. So that's not about complying. That could be about system breaking, container breaking, friendships breaking. You've got Mars in there in this fast unthinking. So Mars in the fast unthinking, if Mars is your masculine fire, it's going to look some kind of way. And again, being careful not to drill too deeply into the archetypes. Unconventional force, find a way around it. Integration of action with liberation. Okay, so if we just bring them all into the space, so Mars and Uranus into the space with Lilith in Ophiuchus. Taurus, the physical, the fixed, the rigid, or the stable and the strong and the reliable. And Lilith in Ophiuchus, working her serpent medicine, taking the poison. Mm. Mm. Yeah, there's the speed circle. Okay. Okay, so for this one, we're going to go Mystical Shaman, Sacred Rebels, Native Heart by Melanie Ware. How do you reconcile these two energies? So this, the drum, the pace of the heart, that beat of the inner knowing, steady, solid, inner voice, the inner rhythm. This is the one who doesn't comply, but, stands in their own truth, sings their own song. Different drum beat versus the hummingbird that might be rushing around doing it all at 100 miles an hour with no real time to get back into that heartbeat, to get back into that drum beat. 26/8, that comes in on the vibration of karma. And so that might be talking about doing more than is necessary because you feel responsible for other people's feelings and choices, where you're entangled and you're keeping the peace. I guess at a higher level, it might point to being so in flow state that you can't remember what you've done, but you've achieved an awful lot. That's beautiful. That's the answer, isn't it? That's the answer. How do you reconcile these two energies, the steady beat of the drum and the speed of the hummingbird? Well, you witness. You witness. You get into your own breath and you feel your heartbeat physically with your hand. Because who was it? Alan Rickman, I think, who was talking about acting. And he said, You know, his first job when he goes to rehearsal, when he's on stage, is to get into his body. He says, otherwise my mind comes in and my mind's full of shit. Everybody's mind's full of shit. So physical, okay. Bio-organic human being. If the mind says everything's fine, it's all lovely, but the heart is racing, that's that's a disequilibrium. Okay, so you can regulate your heartbeat in this super fast energy. Yeah, I noticed today. Do you remember I said on the last video I've been studying eugenics, epigenetics, and that's led me deeply into the world of AI and the impact that is having and will have. And tapping into where AI is and where the big breakthrough is going to come. There's kind of this collective voice of 2030. In 2030, there's just going to be this massive rollout of, and I don't know. And so when I go to the astrology to find out when Uranus truly moves into Gemini, it's not in Gemini, it's 2033. Now, Uranus in Gemini, that's fast. If you haven't been doing your training, that's fast. Just thought I'd throw that one in. So, Mars Uranus. I think this speaks to Mars Uranus. The drum and the hummingbird. Are we steady and centered, or are we like this and a nervousness? What if that's Lilith? Don't know. You piece this together. I won't do all the work for you because you're all mystics and creatives. And I am keen to watch the time. I've got to go for clients in a minute. Okay, so we're speaking to Mars and Uranus and Lilith and the galactic center and Taurus and Ophiuchus. And you want me to go there? Oh, that's changed the pace. Wow. Mm. Underlying. Okay. We've got the depth here. We're into the depths here. Primal life force. Grandmother Moon. Might be ancestral. Hmm. Coding, waking up in the DNA. Yeah, yeah, because that's coming out. Oh, this could be a really big reading, and I just don't have the time. Self-mastery. So there's an underlying story here about Keeper of the Light, the Grandmother Moon, and self-mastery. And this might be consolidation of everything you've been unstitching and unpicking within yourself, realizing, bringing into the world. owning truths that sit at odds with the vox pop of it all. Because if we're talking about keeper of the light, and if we put those two together, those two don't have an ounce of guru in them. When you come into self-mastery, thank you, every ounce of savior complex dissolved. Because when you come into self-mastery, you will have gone through the evisceration of your ego, the total humbling of your ego. You will have dissolved any need to prove anything to anybody. And you'll be living in your skin on your terms, no one else's. There are certain compliances that have to be made to even live in this world. And so there's a quietness here. There's a quietness in the self-mastery. Right, got it. So this is the Mars-Uranus thing. And it might be guidance to sit in the quietness of that self-mastery. It's okay to know and be quiet and witness. That's okay. And that will reveal any urge in you to go in and fix because you have the answer. But there's no obligation. Part of society is set up to obligate you to help. Okay. And this has its roots in Christianity and all sorts of distorting religions. But there is no obligation upon you. There is no should upon you except that which is self-imposed or inherited. There's a lot of energy moving through my body right now. I look calm, but but inside there's this, right, I'm being really guided to read for that one. 18:9. That's again completion of karmic cycle. It's quite a heavy energy. Mind you, it's heavy in Ophiuchus, isn't it? Sacred serpent, light from the darkness. So making the unconscious conscious. Shedding, 18:9. Completion of karmic cycles. Shedding an aspect of the past. Shedding part of your personality. Shedding part of your collective. Shedding identity. Transforming challenge into creativity. And again, this is that, whatever it said about the Mars-Uranus thing. This is the breakthrough courage, breakthrough courage. This healing mandala brings guidance on the transition you're currently experiencing. You are encouraged and supported to enter the Aztec temple of the Serpent of Light. Don't get too hung up on these names. This mandala of renewal speaks of balancing light and darkness within. Yeah. A time of solstice and celebration. The sacred serpent awakens within your core and watches over you as you descend into the depths of yourself to enter the spiral of life. Yeah, and this is where so few dare to go into the depths. And without that fear, we wouldn't have the New Age movement, the love and light movement that kind of work from the solar plexus upwards. If you can't go and swim around in your sacral, where all the good meaty stuff is, and in the base chakra, where all the history is, and then go down into the Earth Star. Going up now, infinitely simpler and easier than going down and drilling down and staying with it and working it a layer at a time, a layer at a time. Until any sense of personal identity has been so eroded by erupting truth that you can no longer hang on to an outdated concept of what you think you are and who you think you are. It's just like there's a lesson in discernment here. Whose story is this? That's the discernment. Whose story is this? Speaks to social media, speaks to systemic entanglement, speaks to hermit, speaks to oversharing, and the contrast of not sharing at all, and the contrast of not replying, not responding, just observing while you get a handle on what's going on inside of me. What did what did that thing just do to me? What did that inner eruption do to me? What did that dream want me to see? And I know most of you are doing this work, but for some reason this has gone deep, quick. I know, it's me, but oh, look at this. The next underlying card is the base chakra. So, cleaning out the basement? Is it time to reveal a part of you that you've kept hidden on this planet all this time? Is it time to resurrect that thing that got squashed when you were growing up? To harness Mars's breakthrough courage? I can't make this up. You know, when you read that in the context of, I just want to belong to what? You already do. You belong to the field. You are the field of active intelligence. There is, I know I say it and I'll say it ad nauseum. There is not a question you can conceive of that relates to this world or any other that isn't in your DNA because you are the field. It just might take more than 2 minutes to tap in. It might take some serious practice to go in and listen, uninterrupted and unaudienced. Go in and listen in the world. So you're here, you're here, as far as physics will argue. Dream a beautiful dream, 1910-1. Hmm. That's how I feel about that card. It's Neptune retrograde. Yes. Okay. I'm going to get a clarifier on that. I don't trust that card. And Neptune is retrograde. And I'm going to go. I'm going to go. Clarify that, please. What does that mean? What does it mean? Dream a beautiful dream. Got it. Thank you. Don't need those. Right. Conscious connection. Right. I've recently been learning about zero 0.1 hertz. And tuning the body to zero point 0.1 hertz. You can do that through active will. And you do that through the vibration of gratitude and acknowledgement. And you create a heart-mind resonance in you that just drops the heartbeat right down. So let's bring this back in. Dream a beautiful dream. La la la. Can do that. Can you feel it? Oh no, I can see it. Can you feel it? Right? Because if you're dreaming of a house on the south of France and a Lambo on the drive, if you can't let that feeling fill your body to a level of something that you know you're holding, then physics can't match that vibration in you that you're holding. Okay? To bring something same or similar. It won't look like that, of course, because the field likes to have a joke with you. Consciously connect to the thing your soul might be communicating. Consciously connect to it. This again, I could weave AI into this and go on for half an hour about AI can do only a fraction of what a human being can do at a cellular level. It doesn't have access to the multidimensional intelligent framework. It can search what's already there. But within us, we have access to what isn't here. That's how we birth from the darkness into the light. From the unconscious, we pull it through into the conscious. And so discernment. So the discernment of a classically Neptunian dream, the Walt Disney ending, the happy ever after. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you can generate that within your body, as long as you can look at yourself in the mirror and be in that. Be in that. Because there's nothing blocking, there's no resistance or limitation in the thinking processes. You can't have that. I can see that you want it, but you can't have that. And again, we don't always know about that mental programming because sometimes that's in our blind spot. So it's here. Everybody else can see it, but I can't see it. And the way we test is to test the field. The way we test the field is to test the field. Can I feel this? Neptune in Pisces. Yes. Neptune in Pisces. That deep, old grandmother energy. Yeah, thank you. And what happens in this dream, a dream, and consciously connect with it is actually you might end up burning away something that's been a dream of yours for a few years, because what you'll do is you'll uncover the fact that that dream is being generated by your ego. I watched an interview the other day with Harlan Coben, one of my favorite mystery writers. He's twisty. And he said his mother used to say, any woman that seeks to be the equal of a man has no ambition. Yeah, I thought you'd like that one. Okay. So I want to be equal to a man. Oh, is that all? What do you mean? My ego tells me I want to be equal to a man because that will make me into a something something, and I will be seen in a somehow way. Is that all? Mm. Oh, how can I put that into words? And then the field might take you into a space you can't even occupy. Like at the moment, somebody asked me the other day, how are you doing? I said, and I sat and I tuned in and I stayed tuned in. I said, I've no fucking idea. And that's it. I have no idea. I don't know how to map to these energies. It could be like this for the next 2, 3 years. But I know I'm a bioorganic being. And so within me, there is a resonance to something. So I go hunting. I didn't expect the reading to go this way, actually, but it seems to have gone like, Does it sound like it's guiding, go deeper? I have to go. So I'm going to leave it on a question. Does it sound like I'm going to draw? Should we draw a final card? Yes. Final card. One of my oldest decks. Mm. Observe in silence. No matter what they think of you, no matter how that might put people on edge. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Squeezing messages in at the last moment. I am greedy. Okay. So, what I was just saying about Neptune, dream a beautiful dream and conscious connections, but yeah, but can you feel it? I mean, can you fill your heart up with that? We now have need and necessity. Necessity might be driven by the ego, necessity to compete, compare, necessity to feel better about yourself. And this is another iteration of conscious connections. Let the two become one. Okay. Listen to the call of the soul. Listen to where it's guiding you. You might not want to go, but try and get there energetically. Try and map to that. If you can sense it, if in any of your senses, if you can sense it, try and map to that. That will distinguish an ego thought from a bioorganic sensory response. So I hope just a minute of that made a tiny bit of sense. It's going to be this for a while. It's going to be gappy, but bear with me. And I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm here and I love you guys. Oh, Anne, thank you. My gosh, you literally blew the trumpets. On that last video, I thought 5 people will probably tune in. What a gorgeous welcome. Thank you for your beautiful comments. I really appreciate you. I wish you happy playtime and I will see you soon. Take care. And now I have to figure out how to stop recording on this new software. Love you guys. Take care.